Welcome to the 55th episode of the Meeple Society, a podcast about board games hosted by two longtime role players turned avid board gamers. My name is Katie.
I'm Greg.
On this episode, we make some recommendations for board games, something for every level of gamer or non-gamer on your Christmas list. We talk about a recent Kickstarter that just delivered, as well as another one that has piqued our interest. We continue with the recaps of our collection videos, episodes 14 and 15 this time, and discuss the ins, the outs, and the biggest surprises of each. In the absence of questions from the mailbag, we instead dive into some trivia questions from a recent gameplay. And finally, we find ourselves blazing some hiking and biking trails, plus some streams fit for canoeing through the scenic wilderness.
Is it canoeing or was it kayaking?
You're right, I think it was kayaking.
Okay.
Oh, well.
We'll get into that later. So let's just jump right in to our Christmas gift ideas. So I gave you advance notice on this one.
You did, thank goodness.
So we're looking for Christmas gift ideas because it's Christmas, and after this one, we're going to take a break for the rest of the month of December.
Yeah, we've got company coming from out of town. And
it's the holidays.
It's the holidays, and you know, life just gets a little
busy.
Busy isn't even the right word. I really don't think it is. I'm even taking vacation, and I'm still feeling overwhelmed with everything I have to get done. So, yeah.
So we're going to give you our Christmas ideas for the non-hobbyist person who's not really into the hobby games, but still would like to maybe play a board game. The newbies or noob or whichever.
The welcoming games.
The welcoming game, yeah. And then for an experienced gamer. So,
okay.
What is your non-hobbyist game?
Non-hobbyist game. So I'm thinking, when I thought of this one, I was thinking a lot of our family. Neither of our families, we've got a couple people on each side that might be considered newbies. So my first thought was, both of our families like some of the lighter party games. So my first thought was just one. Super easy rule set, lots of fun and laughs, easy to play, and easy for anybody to pick up.
It's not hard at all.
No, it's an easy game, and it's fun.
Yeah, here's the word. Give me a clue. Just
Right?
Don't copy anybody.
Exactly. Think outside the box just a little bit, but not so far outside the box that nobody knows what you're talking about. So what was yours?
Mine was Pandemic, because that's basically what has got us into the hobby.
Is.
So
It
I was like, well,
absolutely is.
what a good welcoming game. I can remember when we initially pulled that out, or when your brother pulled that out, I was like going, okay,
What
I'm not
is
really
this?
big into games, but okay,
Yeah.
whatever. And then by the end of the first game, it's like, let's play it again.
10
I think
years
we can do
later?
better. And I think we did that like 4 times that night.
Oh,
It's like,
easily.
Nope, again.
Easily.
Nope, again.
We kept swapping out what positions we were playing, because I think you had 5 or 6 to choose from in the initial game. And it was a 4-player game, and we even had a couple people switch out. And it was a blast.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think, is there somebody in my family that would probably get into this game other than Nicole?
Well, Nicole, I would consider more of an experienced gamer.
They play board gamers. Board gamers? They
play
play board gamers. They play board games.
Yeah,
But
she and her husband do.
but other in my family, I'm not sure. Maybe my oldest brother might sit down if I can get him to the table to play it.
That'd
he
be the
might
hard
enjoy
part.
it. Yeah, it's getting these guys to the table to play a game that's not
Yes.
Cards Against Humanity or Apples to Apples
Yeah.
or Know What I Mean or
Right.
games like that. That's
Party
what they
games.
play. I mean, Justin did get them to play Monikers,
Which, again, is a party game.
which is a party game, right? But that's beside the point.
Yes.
But my pick would be Pandemic for a non-gamer.
I think because it's cooperative, and as long as you have at least one person who knows what they're doing, the hard part in this is not having that, what do they call it, the quarterback player, or the player that kind of just takes over and plays the whole game for everybody.
Yeah, the alpha gamer.
The alpha gamer. That would be the hard part, especially with non-gamers in this, is trying to let them make their own
Make
decisions.
their own decision, yeah.
Yeah. So, but on the plus side, if you lose, that's okay. Just start over.
Right.
So, okay, now for your welcoming game, or your,
New
as you
game.
put it, for your newbie, somebody who has shown an interest in the hobby,
But don't know where to start.
but don't know where to start. I put down, honestly, any of the trekking series. And if you want more information on them, we talked about them all at length on the last episode. But trekking the national parks, trekking the world, and trekking through history all are great easy to understand games. The rule books are super simple. They've got great themes. I mean, who doesn't like to travel, right? Well, actually, I can think of a few people who don't like to travel, but that's beside the point. They're super easy games to play, easy games to pick up, easy games to learn and to teach. So I chose, again, any one of the three of the trekking series.
I just seen an article on trekking through history.
Yeah.
That they said that game is perfectly set up that where experienced gamers and brand new gamers can play it, because there isn't any chance for alpha gaming in there or meta gaming and everything. It's back and forth, and a new player can pick it up so easily. It has enough strategy for an advanced player to play it, so there's no, because I'm so more advanced than you are at this game, I'm just going to totally annihilate you.
And we've taught this to 2 brand new players. Matter of fact, we did a recording of Trekking the World with 2 players that, I mean, Kathy had played a couple games with us, but she was by no means an experienced player. No. And I don't know about her sister. I don't know about Colleen, but I don't think she had ever played games. So both of them were newbies. Yep. So, and they both picked it up very well. Matter of fact, I think one of them won, if I remember correctly. I'd have to go back and watch the video again. I don't remember, but yeah. Okay,
so my newbie one was Ticket to Ride, which it's everywhere now.
It is.
It is in Targets, it's in Walmarts, it's in game stores, it's on Amazon, it's everywhere. So a lot of people, even if they're not into gaming, they've heard or have seen Ticket to Ride.
Right.
And it's such an easy game to get into.
It is.
Because it's like, draw some cards, play some cards, put out trains, deliver your stuff when you get that route done. Yep. It's so easy to play. And again, there might be a little bit of a new person versus an experienced person. Experienced person has a little more strategy about it, and knows what's going to happen and know what could be coming up, versus a new person. But it's still a little easier for somebody to get into.
And again, I think it's a very easy rule set. I mean, you have 3 choices. This is what you do on your turn. You have one of 3 options. Yeah. Done. So yeah, I think it's
not complex.
Yeah, no, it's not a complex game, and that's why it's so perfect. That's why it has stood the test of time, and why it now has 2 bajillion expansions and versions. And
is bajillion really a word?
I don't know. Slight exaggeration there, but you know what I mean. Okay.
Okay, so your experienced game.
Now for your experienced gamers. Now, when I did mine, and I think we both did this, we tried to make sure these were games that were readily available, not something that is going to be difficult to find.
Yeah, all these games, you can still find them.
So my new one, yes, it is a new game, actually. My suggestion for an experienced gamer is Life of the Amazonia. This is a tile placement bag building game where you are placing out, you're basically building habitats for animals, for wild animals, 1 of 8 animals, all of which score completely differently. So it's got a lot of complexity in how to use the chips that you're pulling out of your bag and how to best set yourself up for scoring potential with 8 different variations of animals. So yeah, I really enjoy this one. But I think it gives a lot of variation. There's a lot of complexity to it. I don't feel it's a hard one to learn, but it is definitely one that is hard to master all of the options that are available to you.
Yeah. I mean, it's the bag builder game. Yeah. Yes, it's another bag building game. But
yes. Yeah. Yes. But anyway, that is my suggestion for
So mine for an experienced gamer, I'm thinking, okay, experienced gamers, they really like strategy. They really like deep games, so I picked On Mars.
Okay.
I think this one's actually a little more readily available than Life on the Amazonian. I think Life on the Amazonian is still selling out every time it comes out.
It probably is, yes. It is still, because it is fairly new.
Because people are just discovering it.
Yes. I have seen it on a couple shelves, but it's been sold out fairly quickly. But, yeah, Life on Mars has been out for a few years now, so it's a little easier to find.
Yeah, and this one...
If it's in stock, yeah.
It's basically, I guess can you call it a civilization builder?
I mean, you're building a space station
it's basically Mars. You're building a station. It's more like a city builder almost than anything.
Yeah.
Because you're going into space to get the resources to come back down onto the planet to build all the research labs and everything.
Right.
So every time I look at this, I see it as a space-themed, more complex Nautilus.
Okay. Yeah.
Because
no,
the Nautilus
actually,
here in
that's
the
true.
ocean, in the deep ocean, building research labs to gain resources, to get points and everything.
Yeah.
And now you're in space, but this one's a lot more complex.
This one's a lot more complex because you have to get those resources, whereas in Nautilus, it was just a matter of money.
So you can't just go, oh, I'm going to put these guys in here and I'm going to start gaining these resources. No, to get resources, you got to go back up to the shuttlecraft to go back into space to get the resources, and then another turn you got to come back
And you
to it, and
you got to time your travel periods.
Yeah, because the
right.
shuttle doesn't move,
or you're wasting
every
resources.
turn. Yeah, the shuttle doesn't leave every single turn.
No, it doesn't.
It's certain times is when it leaves, so you got to figure out. Okay, if I go up there now, I'm going to be stuck up there a couple turns before the shuttle heads back.
Yeah.
So I got to figure out what am I going to do while I'm in space, other than just get resources. And
agreed.
so there's a lot going on Mars. We really like it. We do have the expansion for it, but we haven't played yet.
Oh,
so
no, not yet.
maybe
Soon.
when we get to the O's,
yes,
we
absolutely.
can play it with the expansion. And
I'm
I know
actually
somebody
hoping-
I know somebody will really want to come over and play it.
Yes, I'm really hoping we can actually get a recording done of it when we get it.
Yeah, maybe we'll do it this time with the expansion, because I know the last time
Yeah.
we played it with somebody, he thought we were going to be recording it.
Okay, well, I'm sure he'll be okay with that. Okay.
Yep. Okay,
All
so that is our Christmas ideas for a non-gamer, a new person to the hobby, and an experienced hobby gamer.
Yes.
So you had Just One, Any of the Trekkings, and Life on the Amazonian. I had Pandemic, Ticket to Ride, and On Mars.
Right. Now, keep in mind, there are thousands of good games out there. So these are just
Our suggestions.
our suggestions.
Yep.
But again, we could sit here all day and give suggestions. There's
Yep.
so many.
So let us know what you guys think should be the picks.
Okay.
On we go.
On we go.
Kickstarter time.
Oh, Lordy. Okay, so you finally got in a Kickstarter we have been waiting for. It was due in April. There was some delay.
There was a delay because when the final product was coming out, the people at the manufacturer realized that there are slots where you're putting some of your workers and stuff that wasn't
Maybe
fitting.
we ought to tell them what game it is.
Hey, that could be right. I thinking you did. So
Oh, sorry.
Age of Rome is this game, and I actually have the story on exactly what they were talking about.
Okay. Well, the basis of Age of Rome is a city. It's civilization building, isn't it?
I'm
Start
not
there?
100% positive
Yeah, we haven't
yet.
gotten to play it yet. It only
No.
came in on Friday,
Yeah.
2 days ago.
If
Came
you'd
in
asked
2
me this
days
like
ago.
a year or so ago, I would have told you exactly
Yeah.
what it was.
But the gimmick on this one is that the whole board rotates.
Yeah, and
The board
we're
is
not 100%
two-layer.
sure why it rotates now and what happens when it
Don't
rotates.
know. Our plan is to get it played in the next week. So,
But we know the population and resources go up and down
Yeah.
as things happen in certain areas. You're putting out acrylic,
These gorgeous acrylic
clear
tiles.
tiles that are adding to the
Different
buildings
areas,
there
yeah.
and you're stacking them depending on the 1, 2, or 3.
yeah. So
Looks
I don't
good.
know.
Cool.
I don't. Yeah, looks very interesting. The gimmick caught us, and I'm anxious to get it played. But anyway, so go on with what you were saying. I
So-
just want to give them an idea of what.
So
it
the
was.
reason why it was delayed is that during inspecting, they noticed, as they said, the manufacturer noticed a small uncomfortable detail on the player boards and the meeples. They give you this picture of what they're talking about, though. But it says, as you can see, some meeples might be unable to fit on the gap of the player boards, making it a little bit frustrating. And what they're showing, I mean, this thing's hanging over maybe a 16th to an 1/8 of an inch, but it makes it taller than everybody and doesn't fit exact. So they decided, okay, we are going to redo all the player boards. We're going to reprint them and make that area a little bit larger so everything can fit in it. So it delayed it.
I
all-
see. That is a very small gap.
Yes, all the products, the whole game was done. It was boxed, it was packaged, and going out. I got an email saying, hey, the game is actually in the warehouse in Georgia, ready to go. We're just waiting on the new game boards,
The new player boards.
the
Yeah.
new player boards. Now, because it had been so long since they sent this email out, or this update, although they says update September 5th, It was long enough for me to forget. So when we got it, we was like there's other player boards. So these must be new player boards with newer people
We just
thinking.
assumed, right, well, we just assumed that they were either newer people you could be playing, but they weren't. Well, maybe they misprinted something.
Yeah,
but
so
they
we
were
put
all
them side by
identical.
side. They were identical. So I had to go back in there and say, hey, I know it was in one of the updates. I don't remember who it was. Can somebody please let me know?
Yeah.
Why did we get more player boards, though? But that was the only reason it was held up.
Yeah. Now, let me tell you, having to recycle those gorgeous player boards, even though I know we have the ones that are correct and will fit all the pieces, having to throw those into the recycle bin about killed me.
Right.
It was heartbreaking to just toss those away. But there's no point in holding on to them.
Right.
But it was still heart-wrenching. Just saying.
So they're saying the mechanics in this game is area majority influence. Okay. Not area majority is not a big thing for us.
No.
But we'll see how this works.
We care for it, yeah.
In-game bonuses, events, income, map deformation or deformation.
I don't know. I'm
not sure what that means. Modular board, open drafting, push your luck, set collecting. It has a solo and solitaire game. Take that, victory points as a resource, and worker placement.
Well,
and apparently now it also has a co-op version.
Yes.
Because the solo version is also part of the co-op version. So
yeah. Well, we don't particularly care for the area majority or influence, but that's livable. The take that, typically in a lot of games, you can do without take that. You can just kind of work around it. So we'll see. But everything else is right up our alley.
Yeah. So map deformation, D-E-F-O-R. Deformation is a map is modified during the course of the game through rotation or shifts.
Which is exactly the gimmick of this game.
Yes.
Okay. That makes
sense. I had to click on it. I was like, I don't think I've heard that mechanic before.
I haven't either. Okay. All right. Well, I'm anxious to get it played. Hopefully in the next week we'll be talking about it more on episode 44 of Playing Through Our Collection. Obviously it'll be one we have to go backwards on, but
Yep.
It's a Kickstarter, so what can we do?
So the next one is one that you seen and was like,
oh my gosh.
I thought you were going to lose it.
This really piqued my interest. I'm really debating on this one.
But if you haven't heard, Cascade is coming out with a flip and roll and write. So it has cards you're flipping and dice you're rolling, and there's two different versions of it.
Two different games, yeah.
Yes, but I looked at pictures of both of them, and they both had cards, both of them had dice.
So basically, it's two different. So
I guess
you get rolling hills or rolling rivers.
I'm not sure exactly what's going on. If you're flipping a card and it tells you the dice to move, let's see.
I don't know, but I'm intrigued.
I'm trying to see exactly what it says. Okay, so Cascade Rolling is a series of puzzly flip and roll and write games featuring the habitats and wildlife of the Pacific Northwest. Simultaneously roll dice, collect wildlife, and complete habitat cards to fill in different environments in Cascadia. Use special actions to manipulate your dice and dynamic completion cards to unlock powerful combos. So maybe it's the cards that are...
Yeah, I don't know.
Your
I can't wait to see more about this. So did we find out this was going to Kickstarter?
This is going to Kickstarter.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was going to Kickstarter or they were just announcing that it was coming.
Yeah, it's going to Kickstarter. They have not said exactly when it's coming.
Yeah.
They said you can go to the page. I actually found it. Where did I find that? I didn't. I went to Flat Out Games and they had nothing on their website about it.
Oh, that's helpful.
But I'd seen an ad. I think I seen the ad on Facebook, so I went there and pulled it up. And there you can sign up to be notified when it hits Kickstarter.
Yeah, I just typed in Cascadia and Kickstarter and didn't pull up anything.
No.
So,
Nope.
Okay. Well, this is one we will definitely be keeping an eye on. We both absolutely love Cascadia as a whole, the base game. I'm excited for the expansion that's just come out. It is actually on my Christmas list, so hopefully, one of my kids finds it and gets it for me.
The what? Oh, the Cascadia expansion.
The Cascadia expansion. Okay. But now I'm really excited by these. I mean, flip and write, roll and writes are definitely, I think they're on the downward slide.
Yeah, but this is a
There's
combination
so
of both
many,
now.
but I'm just intrigued by this one. So I'm anxious to see exactly how this one will play.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe by the time it hits Kickstarter, we'll be back under our comfortable 12 Kickstarters outstanding. So
I have less than you do, so.
we are currently at 13, but 5 of them are expansions and or upgraded pieces to ones we already have. So I don't know that those should count.
Do they say Kickstarter?
Yeah.
Or Game Found?
Yeah.
They count.
I know. Well, I'm thinking like the Hamlet one is just upgraded pieces to the game we already have.
Mm-hmm. Firefly is technically upgrades
It
to
is.
what
It's
we
all
already have.
upgrades to what we
Because we
already
didn't get the
have.
games
No,
or the
we just got the
expansions.
new
We got the
box.
new box. We got the upgrades
see?
and the new expansion.
Tell us if that should count. I don't think those should count toward our 12. Now, that being said,
It has an expansion in it.
You're killing my vibe here.
Hamlet
Does not. It cost us all of $10 for shipping, and that was it. Because
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think we had to pay for the upgrade. I don't remember how much that one cost. Okay, fine. A Firefly cost about like $100 or something. I don't remember. I don't have that spreadsheet up in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
But, oh well, whatever. Anyway, hopefully by the time this hits it, we'll be under our 12, which is the number I'm comfortable at having outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And Firefly's
see.
coming in a bigger box, so we're going to have to put it in the big box area, which we have no room currently in.
I think the mats are going to get moved.
I think either the mats are going to get moved or, maybe like Battlestar Galactica
No, you
and
just stop
Hardy
that.
Boys and
Nope.
and Space Hop and that
Nope.
maybe make room for all those.
Nope. Not happening.
Okay. So
shall
that's what
move
we
on?
got on Kickstarter. One that we just got in that we're excited to play, and one that Katie is like losing her stuff about.
I am not losing my stuff. I'm just excited to see it.
Okay, you're really excited to see it.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to the ins and outs of our board game collection. We are doing episodes 14 and 15.
Yes.
So episode 14.
Okay, so episode 14, we are still heavily entranced in the seas at this point, and will be for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
So on episode 14, we played Chairs, the game. This is a dexterity game where you are stacking chairs. We played Checkers, both the jumbo version, the kind you kind of usually see at, what is the name of that restaurant?
Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel, the kind you see at Cracker Barrel. I have a couple copies of that. We played Dino Checkers. We played the Packers versus the Bears Checkers.
And the Packers won. Sorry, Jackie. And Justin, traitor. Anyway.
Long story, guys. We played Cheese Louise. This is a weird kids game. We played chess, both regular chess and Shrek chess, which plays exactly the same, just with pieces from the Shrek universe.
Yep.
Chick-a-Pig. Chomp, which is a little card game. Chronicles of Crime. Chronicles of Narnia, Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. Shoots and Ladders, as well as Shoots and Ladders Superhero Squad. Synctera. Circus, which is in the Blocus line. It's the Blocus adjacent. Citadel's City of Iron, 2nd edition, and Colt Express.
Chick-a-Pig isn't a card game.
No, I didn't say Chick-a-Pig was. Chomp was.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Chick-a-Pig was a card game.
No,
I was like,
Chomp
Chick-a-Pig
is
is
a
not
card
a card game.
Nope, Chomp is. Okay,
Okay.
so the ones that we kept. Now, there's a lot in this one we kept, but the one that we wanted to make note of was chess. We had one version called Master Chess, and they big, chunky pieces. I mean, the king is probably 3 or 4 inches tall, the king and queen. Nice, heavy-duty plastic, kind of a cheap board, but, whatever.
You can get new boards.
Yes. So we're shocked that, we've been to several events, high school events, and chess and checkers are the 2 games that the kids pull out the most. And they will sit there and play them for hours.
Mm-hmm.
And they rotate. You'll have a half a dozen kids standing around watching.
Yeah,
while
it's like
2
they're
kids
having
are
a
playing
mini
chess.
tournament going on.
It's weird. So we not only held on to our copy of Master Chess, I found another copy with all the pieces complete. So I bought it, Goodwill copy, and then ended up getting 2 really nice neoprene boards to go with them and got rid of the cheap boards that came with them.
Mm-hmm.
So chess is staying. So is checkers. Now we did get rid of Shrek chess, and we did get rid of some of our weird checkers games, but we kept the base checkers, the one that they constantly were playing, the big one, the jumbo version, and we kept our chess boards.
Yep.
In fact, we upgraded our chess boards so that they're better. So that's the in.
So our out game that we had no problem saying no, get rid of this game.
This was Cheese Louise. This was a weird one.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Well, it was a kid's game where you've got a pile of foam pieces of cheese in the middle of the table, and everybody has a piece of toast in front of them, and you're trying to line up the holes in the Swiss cheese to the pieces of stuff that's on the bread, the toast that are basically cards. It was a weird one. It was more of a racing game to see who could find the right piece first. So it just wasn't something that we wanted to hold on to for this collection. So yeah, that one left.
Yep.
And our big surprise of this one,
which this is a game you would see at Target, you'd see
Yes.
at Walmart, you'd see in just regular,
and the box,
everywhere.
The box did not
do it any good better.
Justice.
Yeah.
But this is Chick-a-Pig.
Yes, this one was. There's a lot of strategy in this game.
There is a lot of strategy in this
you are basically. It's kind of like farm hockey, is what I've seen it as.
Yes.
Because you're moving your pieces around to get it into a goal.
Yeah. But you're bouncing off of other things, other people, other obstacles.
Yeah, and the other players can move the obstacles around to block your area, lay things down in your way, or move their piece in your way. And it was actually, so I when I first seen this, I'm going, why? And then Justin bought it.
Yes.
I'm going, why did you buy this game? What is it about? Whatever.
And we found a copy at Goodwill out in Brownsburg or something. I don't remember where.
And then we played it and was like,
yes,
this is an amazing game.
I was very shocked at just how good it was.
There's so much strategy in this. Now, is this one for a big time experienced gamer?
It might be light.
Yeah, it's light
for that, but
it's if you're really into strategy. Yeah, if you're really into strategy, this is definitely a game to play.
Yeah, at least try it out. It's worth it. Okay,
so on to
15. In episode 15, again, still fully entranced in the seas, we had one we had to go back on. We had picked up a copy of Buried Treasure when we were at the Dice Tower retreat.
Yeah, it was a gift, swag.
Swag from the retreat. So we had to go back on that one. In addition to that, we played Camelot the Build, Can't Stop, Cat in the Box, the deluxe edition, of course, Catan Adventures, Candemere, the First Settlers, Catan Adventures, Ellison, the First City, Catan Histories, Struggle for Rome, Catan, just base good old
Settlers
Catan.
of Catan.
Yep.
Our version is Settlers of Catan, not just Catan.
Yes, but we kept everything under Catan for the sake of keeping it all together.
I know.
Okay, Catan Rivals for Catan. This is the 2-player version. And then, of course, Catan Settlers of the Stone Age. Now, we have more than this. You'll hear about those in 16. We did not play them all in one episode. All right, and continuing on, Champions of Midgard, Civil Lore, which is a trivia game, Clank, the Deck Building Adventures, of course, Clank Legacy, Acquisitions Incorporated, Classic Waterworks, Cloud City, Coal Baron, Kodinka, Color Slap, Cora Quest, and Crown of Amara. Now, there's a lot of really good games in this one, and a lot of these stayed in our collection. Matter of fact, we finished off Clank Legacy Acquisition Incorporated like a month before or a week before we had to film this.
Yeah.
We had just finished that. And it's a great game.
And Classic Waterworks has a memory. This is what we played in the hotel in Daytona while we waited for Enterprise Car Rentals to tell us, hey, we have a car for you. So we could continue on down to the retreat after your engine blew up in your car.
Yep. Yes, we did. We sat there in
the
rest
that one,
the lobby
it's going to have that little sentimental value. This is what we played in the hotel.
Yes.
The lady at the desk thought we were nuts, but
she did, but that's okay. All right. So what we kept and what we did not. What stayed in our collection?
I had no doubt it was not staying in the collection.
This was Coal Baron. Coal Baron is, and actually just went to Kickstarter, a second edition of it.
Yeah, and
where they changed the artwork.
The artwork is horrible.
It's whatever, but we have the original version. We really enjoy it.
We bought this on a clearance rack.
Yes. Way back when. We've had it for a long time. This again has a little bit of a memory to it. We had taken it with us at that same retreat that we had taken it because this had shown up very high up in Chris Yee's top 100.
Yeah,
but he
didn't
said
have a
that
copy.
He didn't have a copy of
and
it,
there
so
wasn't
he hadn't
one
gotten to play it for a while.
And there wasn't one in the
library. There
wasn't
one in the library. So I messaged him and said, "Hey, we have a copy. If you're, want us to bring it to the retreat, we'll be happy to play it with you." So we did, and we had a great time with it.
Yeah, because we said, "Hey, Chris, you ready to play Cold Burn?" And he goes, "Give me a minute. I need to run back home and get his poker chips that he's going to use for money."
Yes, because this comes with just
paper
I think
money,
it came with paper money, and we all agreed that was no good. So, but yeah, no, we had a great time with this one. But yeah, Cold Baron is staying in the collection.
So we had another out that we said, that's done. This is a dumb game.
we got this one from from the table at the retreat, from the gift exchange or the game exchange at the retreat. This was Camelot the Build. We played it in the hotel in Daytona Beach while we were waiting for my car to be finished. It seems to be a theme for a lot of these episodes. But I don't know. It was just
this one. You're building Camelot.
You're building
Camelot, but the picture of Camelot is already on the board in a grid, and then as you pull tiles, you're putting it on the grid where it's supposed to go.
I mean, there was a little bit of strategy because you did have a hand of tiles, but you had no...
What strategy? Yeah. It's like, okay, I'm going to play this tile.
Yeah, each tile only had 3 or 4 places to go, and some only had one place they could go.
Right.
But there were
some of them that was actually part of the castle had to go on that spot.
Well, there were some that were part of like the sidewall, and you could go anywhere on any of the 4 sides. But there were some that were very specific. So it...
I mean, I don't even remember a lot about this game.
It did not hit well with us. So this one did leave the collection fairly quickly. All right.
So our surprises.
Our surprise, we actually had 2 different surprises on this one. You want to start or you want me to?
Sure. One of them was Can't Stop. And if you've played Can't Stop, you're like, what do you mean it was a surprise? Well, the first one we played was actually Can't Stop Express, and I absolutely hated that game.
You did.
I could not ever, in the few times we've played this, I always came up with negative points.
And I loved Can't Stop Express.
Because you always came up with positive points.
And I did. I always won this game by a landslide.
I absolutely hate that game. Yep. So we bought Can't Stop on one of the trips to the retreat.
Yeah, it was on that same trip.
Okay. And we played it, and we was like, oh, this is so much better than Express.
We were both surprised at how much we enjoyed this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I guess I seen a post from Chris or somebody on the Dice Tower talking about a Korean version of this that you're actually, it looks like you're climbing up a mountain.
It looks really cool.
Yeah, and then your little pieces that you're stopping at are tents. So you're making camp basically on the side of Mount Everest or something. So it looks really cool.
It does look really neat.
So the second one.
The second one for me, we played it again, the same retreat, was Cat in the Box. We got a chance to finally play it at the retreat. With a good friend, with Jeff, and I don't know. It just, when I first heard about this game and I'd seen it at Gen Con, my first thought was, how does that even work?
Yeah, how does it work when all the cards are the same color?
Exactly.
There's no suits on it.
How do you do a trick-taking game with no suits? But then again, how do you do one where it's cooperative? But they made it work.
Yes.
And the crew. So I was just very surprised at just how good this was.
Yeah, this is one I had no intent on playing.
No.
And Jeff brought it out. I was like, here, come on, we're going to play this.
He wanted to try it too. And
we had it as a 3-player, and then
I bought it shortly, and nobody had it in stock. We looked for it the entire trip home.
Yes.
And mind you, we were taking a lot of all country roads and back roads and state highways because with the brand new engine, we couldn't get on the interstate. So we looked in a lot of off the beaten path stores.
Yeah.
Could not find it. I ended up having to order it from Bezier Games when we got home. But absolutely love this game. I was very surprised at just how much I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's a lot better with more than 2.
Well, yes.
2, it doesn't work real well.
Absolutely. I think 4 might be a sweet spot with this one.
We've
done 4.
We accidentally. Well, I don't think it's an accident that we played 4. We were originally going to play this 3, and then somebody sat down at the table and.
Anyway,
you'll have to see Jeff Knapp's review on his channel and try and figure out what we're talking about.
we've played it 3, we've played it 4, we've played it 5. We've taught it to a lot of people. With one exception, everybody's really enjoyed it. Doug didn't like it. But...
Doug. Which Doug? Do you know how many Dougs I know?
From Co-op of Nerds.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That Doug. He didn't like it?
No.
I thought he liked it.
Yeah, he said in one of his videos that this was a disappointment for him for last year. I'm like, oh,
Doug,
okay.
Doug.
Anyhow, so that is the ins and outs of episodes 14 and 15. So, like I said, still heavily entrenched in the seas. We will pick this up on our next episode.
Mm-hmm. So we're actually going to do the board game quiz show today. We didn't get any mail.
No.
Our followers failed us this time.
Sorry, guys.
Nobody sent us a question. I guess nobody wants to know anything about us or anything about games.
Well,
that we might know about.
Anyway,
so we just played a game called the Logo board game.
Yes.
So we decided, hey, we're going to take some random questions out of the box. Some of these cards they have a logo on one side, and the questions are all about that logo, or some gives you, like potluck, it could be anything. Yep. There are cards that have a theme to it, and the theme is on the front of the card, and you basically ask questions in this game, and the first question is a purple question. If you get it right, you would move your person to the next purple spot. Then it's a green, then it's yellow, then it's red, and you're going around in this spiral, and whoever gets to the end first wins. Mm-hmm. So we each picked 3 question cards. Now, are we going to ask all the questions on them?
I mean, we'll see how far we go.
Okay, so we're going to at least get 2 of them out of the way.
Okay, so you want to go first? You want me to go first?
I won this game, so you can go first.
Okay.
So
all right.
That's right. You're asking me questions first. This is not good.
All 3 of mine are themed.
Oh, okay. I have 1 logo, 1 themed, and 1 potluck.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I just randomly took them out. So.
Okay. Well, I try to get ones that at least you might have a shot at. So hopefully you did the same.
So did I.
Me. Okay, good. All right. So my first one is themed fast food. What was McDonald's first breakfast sandwich?
Egg McMuffin.
Yes.
My favorite one.
What's the name of the self-service supersized sodas at 7-Eleven stores?
The Big Gulp.
Yep. What is the name of the meal made especially for children at McDonald's? I didn't read all of these. These are like uber easy.
Happy Meal.
Yes. Can you order a meal? Oh, I'm sorry. You can order a meal item called the Big Classic in what fast food chain restaurant?
Oh, no. The Big Classic.
The Big Classic. This is the hard red question.
Oh, geez. I know that. I think I've had it before, but what restaurant did I go to get it? The Big Classic. Gosh, it's just drawing a blank. Hardee's. I don't know.
Nope,
Carl Jr.
Wendy's.
Wendy's. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay. So
that
you
makes
ask
sense.
a card now.
Okay, so.
Mine won't take all 4
This one is
questions,
actually a logo. I'll show you the logo. It's
okay,
the Jimmy Dean logo,
logo.
so it doesn't have anything in there. What is this logo? Because that would be dumb because it says
It's
Jimmy Dean.
right
So
on
if
it,
you know
yeah.
the Jimmy Dean logo, this is basically all about Jimmy Dean's
Okay.
stuff. So reflected on the brand logo, founder Jimmy Dean became famous by singing what kind of music?
I'm going to say country, based on the 2.
Okay, so you're going to give half answers again. Country Western is what it was.
Whatever.
Beginning in 2005, Jimmy Dean advertising campaigns featured what celestial character?
What? How is this? Can I go back to the Big Gulp and Happy Meal?
It's easy if you think of Jimmy Dean's commercials in 2005.
Was it a sun?
It was the sun.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I do remember those now.
What variety of Jimmy Dean premium pork sausage is recommended for holiday stuffing recipes?
I know this is not the answer, but I'm going to say it anyway. The sage, because I can never find it anymore.
Yes, it is.
Is it really sage?
Yes.
But yes, you can't find it anymore. I use it in my cheese dip for Christmas and holidays, and I can't find it.
So, Jimmy Dean minis are miniature sausage wrapped in what breakfast favorite?
Croissants.
No.
No.
Pancakes.
Oh.
So it is 4-3.
Nuh-uh. 3-3. You missed Wendy's.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
It's 3-3. Dang it, she's right again.
Next. All right. Is popular brand names.
Okay.
Name. Okay. And again, this is one of those, I kind of pulled this one out just to kind of show just how dated it is. But this one says, name the facial tissue. This was published in 2011. This game was.
Name the facial
tissue. Then again, what does everybody call facial tissue?
Kleenex.
Yes. It is the coin phrase for any tissue.
Okay.
All right. Name the whirlpool bath.
The whirlpool bath.
The whirlpool bath.
The whirlpool bath.
You should see the look he's giving.
What the heck? The whirlpool bath?
Uh-huh.
I probably gonna beat myself for this,
You
but
will.
I have no idea.
You give up?
Yeah.
Jacuzzi.
Okay. If
Yeah.
you're taking in a jacuzzi to taking a bath, ooh.
Anyway, do you want me to name the other two? Because the other two are super easy. But they
Yeah,
don't
the other
count.
two questions. We're gonna read
Okay, we're
all
just
four
gonna do
questions.
all four. Okay.
Yes.
Name the sticky hook and loop fastener.
The sticky hoop and loop. Hook and loop.
and loop fastener.
And these are easy.
This one was easy, yes.
Hook and loop fastener. The
Maybe-
sticky hook and loop
Yes.
fastener.
Oh my gosh. Maybe you don't ever order this stuff.
Probably. I don't order a lot of anything. You're the one that orders everything.
Okay.
What is it?
Velcro.
Okay, I can see that now. If you actually look at Velcro, there is
Yeah.
hooks and loops.
Yes.
Okay, and what's
All
the
right,
last
and
one?
the last one. Name the permanent marker.
The permanent marker. Oh,
Permanent
gosh.
marker. You use
you
them
kidding
probably
me?
daily.
Yeah, I know. And it's like
Draw a blank.
what is freak? It's people are screaming at me right now. I picture them. I got 4 of them in my tool bag. What are they called?
They come in all different colors, but
oh,
black
that
is the
helps a lot.
predominant
Yes, I
one.
know. Oh my gosh, I can't think of it, and I'm running out of time. So what is it?
Sharpie.
Sharpie. That's it. So I got
So
one of those.
currently we are 3-4, and
So-
I haven't had my second card yet.
So in the game, what you do is if somebody misses, then that's it. You
That's
don't
it,
read the rest of
yes.
the questions, but we're going to read them all.
I figured for sure Velcro and Sharpie would be
I
easy.
am going to do a nothing but net is the theme.
Nothing but net.
Nothing but net.
I don't think of brands with that, but okay, go ahead.
Yes, it's all brands.
All right.
The website with the slogan, broadcast yourself.
A website with YouTube?
Yes, YouTube.
I've never heard
These are
that.
dated.
But
Trust
they
me.
are dated. Yes, that's true. But that's what meant. Okay. All right. Anyway.
The geographically organized website for free online classifieds. This is still in use, too.
Geographically?
The geographically organized website for free online classifieds.
eBay.
No.
No.
It's Craigslist.
Oh, okay. eBay costs. Okay.
A website. I don't think you're going to get this one, though. This one might not be as fair, though, but
I don't have any of them yet. No, I've
our
won.
kids could probably get this,
Okay.
but
That's helpful.
a website with the slogan, a place for friends. I know what you're going to say, but
Well,
it's going to
the
be
first
wrong.
thought is Facebook, but I don't think that's it.
No, it's not.
A place for friends? MySpace?
Yes, it's MySpace.
Seriously? Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's 2 for this card. So I'm at 5. All right.
Okay. A website that helps you keep track of your business contacts.
LinkedIn.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
So what is that score now?
So now we are at 4-6.
Yes.
I've gotten 3 off of each one. Okay, so we're at 4-6. All right. You want to do one last card?
Yeah, we
Okay.
got time,
All right.
I think.
We're
We got time.
47 minutes right now.
We're good.
Okay. All right. Last card. This one is ice cream. What is the McDonald's dessert that includes soft serve ice cream swirled with chocolate?
McFlurries?
Yeah. What is the name of the frozen dairy dessert at Wendy's fast food restaurants?
Frosty.
My favorite. Name the ice cream parlor with the custom mix-ins. I would not have gotten this one.
With the custom
mix-ins.
The
Mix-ins
ice
being
cream
in
parlor with
italics.
custom mix-ins.
Yeah. With mix-ins being in quotations.
Ben and Jerry's?
Nope. Cold Stone Creamery. I would not have
We don't
gotten
have
that.
a lot
Never
of those
had it.
around
Yeah.
here. We have some, but we don't have a lot around this
Yeah.
area.
And then this is going to be another harder one. What franchise is known for the Fudgy? I'm sorry. What franchise is known for the Fudgy the Whale ice cream cake? I would never have gotten
Probably not in our area.
it. No.
What is it?
Carvel? Carvel? Yeah, I've never heard of it.
I don't know.
Okay, so
We don't
are
have
at
any here in
6.
Indy.
You're at 6.
Yay.
Right now we're
so
tied.
all you have to do is answer one.
Uh-huh.
And I think you'll probably get at least one or two of these at
Okay.
least. So I guess we know who's going to win this. What did Brooke Shields say comes between her and her Calvins? The look I just got. What?
Heck if I know. I don't know.
You didn't win Calvin Klein jeans?
I did not.
Oh, well, you weren't a boy that liked seeing the commercial. Anyway, let me move on.
I can
that would
safely-
be nothing.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. Okay.
Name the pastry that was pitched by an animated toaster named Milton.
I don't remember this commercial. I'm going to have to look it up now. Animated toaster?
Named Milton.
Eggos.
No.
No.
Pop-Tarts.
Oh, all right.
What novelty toy comes in various forms, including Garfield, Shrek, The Simpsons, and Obama? Maybe you won't get any of these.
What novelty toy Okay, I can think of 2 different things. I'm going to go with the bobblehead
No.
or the Pez dispenser.
No.
No, really?
Chia Pet.
Seriously?
Yes. I wanted an Obama Chia Pet. That would have been so cool. Anyway, so your final question,
Oh,
which
Lordy.
we could end up in a tie,
We
but I
could.
think this one is the one I think you probably
Just say
maybe
it.
get. Finish the famous slogan said by the man himself. You'll blank or my name isn't Orville Redenbacher.
Well, it's obviously popcorn. You'll blank or my name isn't Orville Redenbacher.
Correct. I believe it's even on the boxes.
I'm going to go pop. You'll pop or my name isn't I don't remember.
Nope. We're going to end it in a tie.
What is it?
You'll like it better, or my name's not Orville Redenbacher.
That's a whole phrase, not a word. Okay.
It's a slogan.
I don't care. It's still, I was expecting a one-word thing. All right.
So we ended up at 6-6.
We ended a
You got
tie.
nothing off of that card.
got
At least I
nothing
got
off of that
something off of
card.
each card.
Whatever. I picked easy ones.
I thought I did.
Okay. All right. Next. What's next then? That's
Our deep dive.
deep dive. All right. Well, we are going to deep dive into well, I won't say it's a recent Kickstarter. We got this one about a year ago.
Yeah.
This year? I don't remember when we got it, actually. Anyway, we're going to deep dive Trailblazers.
Mm-hmm.
This is a tile lane, although the tiles are in forms of cards.
Mm-hmm.
The little bitty, like 1 inch by 2 inch, 1 inch by 3 inch cards that are laid out to form trails. So the way this one plays, this plays in 4 rounds. This plays, every player takes 8 cards off the top of the deck. You pick 2 to put down into your field of trails and then pass the rest of the hand on to the next player. Depending on the number of players, you may not see those back again. You do this 3 times, and then the last 2 cards from that hand are discarded. And then you do it again. Now, at the start of rounds 1, 2, and 3, you are picking 1 base camp to put into your field of cards. You have choices between your hiking camp, your biking camp, or your kayaking camp. Are we sure it's kayaking? I think you're right. I think it is kayaking. The rule book's on the table behind you if you want to double check. But, so for the first 3 rounds, you're putting one of those out at the start of the round, taking your 8 cards, choosing 2, passing it on, and doing this again and again. On the 4th round, there is no extra base camp to put out. You're just putting the last 6 cards into your set of trails. In the middle of the table are 4 what?
I found it. It's biking, hiking, and kayaking.
It is kayaking.
I was correct.
Okay.
Yay, I got one right.
Anyway, in the center of the table are a series of goals. You have 2 that you hope to accomplish in game, and then 2 that are scored at the end of the game. There are a couple of extra modules or small expansions that come in the base game. One that includes animals, and one that includes
campfires.
And
the animals. And hikers, bikers,
or
kayakers.
As they travel the paths that you're laying out for them and camping for the night.
That one's an interesting version.
It is. It really is. So, and we'll go into a little bit more about the expansions when we get to deep diving. So that is the basis of the game. At the end of the game, you are scoring up each of the trails that you have to complete. The trails, they have to start and end back at your base camp. And there are 8 trailheads on each base camp. So each of your trails has to start and end back at a base camp, the correct base camp, or they don't score. You score by counting up all the different little mileposts on them. And which is basically every bend. Then you also score up, and if you're doing the animals or other expansions, you score those. You also score each of the goals. And then person with the most points wins. Simple as that. Okay, so that is basically, again, very short breakdown of how it plays.
Right. So this is a game. This game's by Ryan Courtney. If you name sounds familiar, he did Pipeline, he did Curious Cargo, which is a brain-burning game.
He seems to like the pipe games, doesn't he? That seems to be his specialty.
Yeah, right. This is, if we go into components first instead of play, I think, is what I was going to, is these cards are waterproof cards.
Almost plastic, but not quite.
Because this thing, our Kickstarter version came with the little carrying case where you can carry this game with you camping or what have you.
4x4 by maybe 2 inches deep canvas case
with a D-ring on it.
With a D-ring on it to hook onto your belt
or backpack or whatever, and you could take it camping or whatever. And the cards don't get wet. They can resist water.
The whole game fits in this box.
Yes, it does.
Minus the rule book, but hopefully if you're taking it with you camping, you already know the rules.
Well, there's 2 sets of cards. And if you're playing with more than 4, you play with both sets of cards.
Correct. There are exactly, or almost, we ended up with like 8 cards left when we played 4-player the other night. So you play with either complete set, if you're playing up to 4 players, and if you play 5 or more, you play with both sets.
Yes. So the as you would call them, the Meeples are screen printed.
All of the figures are
on both sides. Yes, they were on.
I think so.
I think they were on both sides.
I don't know. The box is behind you.
I'm not getting up and going to the box. Anyway, but then you have your campfires that are screen printed, and then you have your animals. I think those are only screen printed on one side, if I'm not mistaken. I remember seeing that.
I don't remember.
But you have it's the bears, the coyotes,
there's
the mountain
6
lions. I think.
Animals.
Were they mountain lions?
I think they were. Jaguars.
It would make sense that they were mountain lions.
Jaguars or panthers or something. I don't remember.
But you had elks, eagles, bears. There were 6 of them or 5 of them.
There were 6.
Okay, but you had a lot of them.
Yeah.
And some of the cards had those on it, and that would go in into gameplay.
Yes. So the first expansion, which is the animals, you score when you put down a card that has an animal pictured on it. Now, each card has 3 trails on it. You have your main trail, and then you have 2 side trails. Your main trail goes... Well, the animals were depicted on the main trail of some of the cards. If you laid down a card with an animal on it, you had a choice of putting that animal figurine directly onto the card at that moment. Once you move on and you take your next set of cards, you no longer have the option. You had to put it down immediately. The animal did two things. It allowed extra scoring for completed trails only.
Right.
But it also blocked you from laying anything else over that card. That's one of the neat features on this, is even after you've laid down your tile, your card, you can lay stuff over it. You can lay another card directly on top of it to change how the path is going. You can completely cover it. You can cover part of it. The only thing you can't do is cover part of the base camp. It's the only rule as far as covering.
Yeah. And these tiles are not square. They're rectangle.
Like 1 by 2 or 1.5 by 3, something like that.
No, they're not 1.5 inches. They're probably 1.
They must be 1 by 2s then.
They're pretty small.
They are small. But they're not horrible. They're comfortably small.
Yeah.
They're not too small. But
I would suggest when you play it on a player mat and not on a wood table, because they move around a lot.
They do.
Because they're linen finish.
The linen finish, plasticky feel, they do slide a little bit. But the animals, when you're scoring them on the completed trails, you score per unique animal. It doesn't matter if you see a family of bears, you only get to count one of them. Same with the eagles. You could see a whole flock of eagles, but you only get to count one of them. So you want unique animals placed on each trail because you're going to score better. But that's essentially how that version plays. When you go into the biker, kayaker, hiker expansion, you're only using 2 of your base camps. You only put base camps down in the first 2 rounds, and then after that, you no longer use base camps. However, at the start of round 2, when you've decided what your second one is, you have to put out the figures of the 2 camps you used. So you've got a little hiker, a little biker, or a little kayaker. Same thing applies here. You're still putting animals down. You're scoring per unique animal on the trail. However, at the end of every turn, after you've laid down 2 cards, your hiker, your biker, or your kayaker will move up to 3 spaces along the trail. If they see an animal, they will stop and take a picture, and that counts as a stop. So you want them to see animals, but only unique animals. Again, they don't care if there's a whole family of bears. They only want to see the one.
Right.
But if you get to the end of your turn and they have not run out of path, or you get to the end of the round and they have not run out of trail, then they will stop and camp for the night, and you're going to score 5 points for that campfire. However, if they run out of trail and they have to stop early for the night, then that campfire gets laid down flat, and then you don't get score points for it. Yep. Nor do you ever have an opportunity to put one face standing up for that turn, for that round. You have to wait till the next round for that kayaker or that person.
And hope you get enough on that trail to be able to do that.
Exactly. So I thought that one added, I think this was the first time we'd ever played that expansion. We've played the base game several times. We've played the animal expansion several times. The other night was the first time we'd played the people expansion.
Yes.
And I really thought that added a twist to it.
You guys all had problems with it. I didn't.
I ran out of trail once.
Well, everybody, except for me. No,
I had one that I couldn't, one of my trails never finally connected back.
Oh, that's right.
I think you were the only one who
had both trails that connected back and all my campfires standing up.
You won by a landslide. Because, I one of my trails, the last 4 cards I was given, there was just nothing I could do.
Tony and Joe, neither one of them got both of theirs hooked up. And I think both of those also had trouble because I think Tony ran out.
Tony ran out of trail on one day.
I thought Joe did too.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But I loved the variation it gave. I loved the complexity it added to this very basic game. And even, I say basic, it's not. It's still a brain burner. Because not only are you trying to hook up these 3 different colors of trails, you have that option of overlaying stuff.
Yeah.
Where this isn't working. Ooh, I could make this longer if I do this. And
yeah, now in the expansions though, if you got an animal down there, you can't even overlay on that card.
Once you put an animal down, that
card has to stay. Yep.
You can no longer overlay that card.
And then there is the one where you don't play the animals, but you're going to score points for uncovered animal cards.
That was one of the goals.
Oh, that's right.
One of the goal cards was you could score for every animal card you laid down
that doesn't have something over it.
Did not have something else covering over it. You had not partially overlaid it.
Yeah.
Then you got to score points. Whoever had the most of those scored 6 points at the end of the game. Yeah, that was an end game goal card. So, but yeah, I have really enjoyed every play we've had. I have really enjoyed every play we've had of this so far. I think it is thinky enough, to be strategic and to really keep me invested in the game, but it's not so thinky that I'm exhausted by the end of it.
Right.
If that makes sense. So
your brain doesn't hurt at the end?
My brain doesn't hurt at the end of it. Like Curious Cargo, I love that game. Same designer. My brain hurts by the time it's over.
Yeah.
But this one doesn't do it. And maybe it's the theme. I love the outdoor theme. It definitely speaks to me. I love all the screen printed stuff. I love the little wooden components in this, and the cards are fantastic. No, I really enjoy this one.
All right. So, final thoughts on Trailblazers? Or did you just give you your thoughts?
Pretty much. That was pretty much my entire final thought. But a physical score, I would say probably a 4 out of 5.
Okay.
For that reason. Again, it's, 5 is obviously going to be a super good game. So I'm hard pressed to give anything a 5. But I think it is it's very compact. It travels well. You can pretty much break it out anywhere as long as it's not windy.
And it's easy to learn.
It's easy to learn, but yet very complex. I literally taught this to Joe and Tony, my brother and his wife, the other night in 5 minutes? And we were ready to go. So, and even the 2 expansions, once we played the base game, we went into the expansions and we read through the rules. They were each about a page long and we were done. We were ready to go. So it was super fast and easy to get to the table.
Right.
So
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, the game is a lot of fun to play. It's a lot of strategy involved in it. To get it where the artwork on it is not the best. It's just kind of pencil sketching, basically what it is. It's nothing finished. It's 4 colors in the game.
The graphic art is, it's serviceable.
Yeah. And like I said, there's 4 different colors. There's the orange, the blue, the brown, and the green.
And then the green of the base game of the card. There's only 3 trails.
Right. The orange, the brown, the blue, and the green. Those are the 4 colors that are used in this game.
Oh, okay. All right. I see what you're saying. Yes, because the background is green. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So say,
you made it sound like you had green trails. And
no,
I'm like,
I wasn't saying it was the 12.
Trails.
There's 4 colors, 4 colors in this game.
Okay.
That's it. So like I said, if you're looking for a great game with artwork, no. If you're looking for a great game, it works. It is a lot of fun. Yeah. It is a little bit like, well, it's not really like Curious Cargo. But in Curious Cargo, you're building pipelines to get to production and to pick up production and stuff. But this one, you're making trails. Right. So it's still kind of the same. I mean, it's
the same
even
concept, but
it even has that one that I just talked about in our
Classic Waterworks.
Yeah, Classic Waterworks.
Yeah.
It is the same thing.
Same concept.
You're building routes basically.
Yes.
But yeah, so I would probably go a 3 or a 4.
One thing I forgot to note on this, though, it's a half-hour playtime.
Yeah.
You literally
it's a short game.
Scoop up the cards and start again.
Yeah.
It is super quick. It is a very fast, easy. It's a good filler game. So, yeah.
So I'd give it around a 3 or 4. I mean, I don't think it's a 5. I mean,
3.5.
Don't run out and buy it right now. You probably want to play it before you do it. But take a look at it, play it, watch a video or something before you actually put it in your collection. If you like
route building and that type of game, I think this is a great one for you.
Yeah.
If you are not big on the route building and the pipe lane type of games, then maybe, definitely play it first.
So you were at a 4?
I was at
a 4. Like at about a 3.5. So we're real close on this one.
Yeah.
So that is our thoughts on Trailblazers. And we did get this in May of this year.
Oh, you looked it up. Okay.
I looked it up. So
it was this year. Okay.
So yeah, so we liked the game, so check it out. So this is going to bring us to the end of episode 55. We'd like to remind you that we released our top 10 tile placements 3 days ago, so go check that out. And let us know in the comments what your top 10 would be. Katie is editing episode 43 of Playing Through Our Collection, so be on the lookout for that dropping soon. Also, don't forget our top 100 games of all time will be dropping after January 1st, starting with 100 to 91. They're going to be dropping probably once a week.
Yes, that's the plan anyway.
And if you haven't noticed yet, our podcast is now on our YouTube channel, so it makes it even easier for you to comment on the show. So if all that isn't enough, what is another way to keep up with the Meeple Society? You can follow us on social media. Where to do that? Just follow the links in the show notes, and there you'll find links to Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, YouTube, and our threads. There is also a link there to our merch shop. Great place to do your Christmas shopping. Hint, hint. Also, if you want to send us your question for the show or want us to give a shout out to an upcoming board game event, you can contact us directly at maplesociety@mail.com. Thanks for listening. Have a happy holiday, and we'll see you in 2024.